Hi guys, I've come up the other side of the bay on the cliff walk that goes along to Thurlstone. A little bit wind, I should think, on the camera microphone, unfortunately, but we do get a good view. In fact, the sun's probably that bit too bright. Let's see how the camera gets on. I expect you'll be able to see the Hope and Anchor. That's the long sort of light green building down there. That's been modernised extensively over the years. Used to be one of the, I think there was 3 pubs in the village years ago. Certainly 2 that I can remember. I think the other one was called the Lobster Pot, I think. But certainly, yeah, Hope and Anchor down there, it's all that sort of moss covered roof, so you've got the longer bit, shorter bit, and a bit out the front there that they've built, so you've got a nice view of the harbour and the bay when you're sitting eating your meals. Then there's a thatched cottage in the middle there. That's sort of the roundabout you have to go round when you actually drive down, round and back again. And behind that, unfortunately, because we can't see it clearly, is the Cove. Used to be called the Harbour Lights, which was a sort of cream tea cafe. That chap bought it, changed the name to the Cove, and it's a proper licensed bar and restaurant now. Pizzas, very nice food, all sorts of real ales. The white building down there, the ground floor is the post office and shop, the only shop in town. The top floor is actually a holiday home. Just about everything else you can see is holiday lets. Up on the hill is the Cottage Hotel. Some of these houses here will be private houses that people live in, but an awful lot of them are holiday lets. Tide's well out. It's getting windy again now, so you probably can't hear me talking. But the tide is well out. It does go out a little bit further. At the end of the breakwater there's some rocks heading away from us, and when the tide is right out, when the moon is right, then they are clear of the sea. They're on the dry sand. Up over there is Bolt Tail. I did a video from there the other day. That's the grassy bowl that I do consider flying in occasionally. Over the top of the hill was where I was actually flying earlier on in the week with my little mini slope soarer. If you go through, well, this is Outer Hope, over the other side of the bay is Inner Hope. If you actually go up through Inner Hope, you can actually go up the valley to where I was flying. It's only a footpath, you can't drive up there or anything, although there are some houses about a quarter of the way up that you can drive up to. What else can we see? I'm trying to remember the name of the bays. Because over that way, right over that way is Plymouth. Right round that away. Can't see because the branches are in the way. If I walked up a bit further, we'll be able to see that. My wife's decided she can't walk this far at the moment. She's down on the seat just down there, but I won't turn the camera around because there's people walking up towards me, and I hate having to edit faces out on videos. What can we see out to sea? Sailing boats, couple. One moored in the outer reaches of the harbour. They can't be moored in the harbour at the moment because the tide's out. Oh, this grass area sticking out here, that's shipping. We're actually looking at these houses just along here. The last one is the shipping, or yeah, I think it is called the shipping, or the shipping house. Just this side of it, the first of the terrace, I suppose you'd call it, is where we are, which is shipping cottage. So shipping house on the end, which actually fronts directly onto the beach, and shipping cottage, and then I don't remember the names of all the others. They're all named, they don't have numbers. And then the back of this, in the grass area, is shipping, or the shipping. That's what it's known as. Rather like that's bolt tail, that's the shipping. Also, I think the next bit over is the old, what was it? The old bishop or something. The cove over there in the edge, or the lee of the bolt tail, is Pilchard Cove, which you can only get to if you swim out there or go out on a boat. Or when it's very low tide like this, you could actually walk out there, but you'll get stuck unless you fancy climbing the cliff to get out again. I do hope that the wind hasn't destroyed my narration. Yeah, there's Nanny sat down on the chair, admiring the view. Might be able to encourage her to walk up a bit further. Or might not. If we keep going, we end up at Thurlstone. You might just be able to see there's a white block down there. That's the lifeguard station, when the lifeguards are on duty. Probably not this time of year, but earlier on in the year there are lifeguards stationed there to keep an eye on the bay that you can't see because I'm too high up. I'll walk back down. I don't know if I mentioned, this should be being filmed in 4K using my Evo DX action camera. This is one of the ones with the 2017 software, or firmware. So this one shoots at 25 frames per second at 4K. The 2018 does 30 frames per second. But I was looking at some of the video I'd filmed the other day, and I'm pretty sure it was dropping frames, which makes it a bit of a waste of time. Are you rested, Nanny?
Yeah.
Do you fancy walking a little bit further? We're only up to the next set of benches. She brought me a stick. I looked at that before we came out. Right, we're up at the next set of benches, park benches. The Jolly Jock. He likes park benches. So we've got a slightly higher view. I guess having come this far, I'd better walk up over the brow of the hill so we can look towards Thurlstone. I think Nanny's probably going to stay here.
Definitely.
Right. I'll walk on a little bit then. Just looking, there are people over at Pilchard Cove.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's the boats that are tied up over there. They've gone over there instead of this way. And that sailing boat looks dangerously close to the rocks. Still, that's their problem, not mine. This is, of course, one of those coastal paths that you think you've got to the top of it, and then there's a bit more. But I think we'll be able to see, I can certainly see Burr Island. Oh, looks like we've got a handy where you are map. Only it's a bit faded. Okay, I've done a couple of videos looking out to see Eddystone Lighthouse. Don't know if you can even read that because it's faded. It's out there. It's about, what should I measured it on Google Maps. I think it's about 30 kilometres or 18 miles. There's no chance you're going to see it on this camera, but there's a couple of white dots out there. There's a sailing boat with its sails up, and this side of it there's something else, a little white boat, and Eddystone Lighthouse is on the horizon just to the left of them, just a tiny little spike sticking up. Anything else to look at there? Oh, Loo Island. That's interesting. Oh, that's miles away. That's right over there. We are right down at the bottom here. And looking the way I'm going to look in a minute, we'll be looking across just to here, Burr Island, which is tiny on this scale. That's Burr Island over there. Now with this little camera you won't have enough detail. And it's gone windy. I'm trying to shield the wind off the camera. Burr Island is an island when the tide's in, and it's connected to Big Brion Sea. When the tide's out, we can actually see sand. A sandbar goes straight the way across. There's music in the background, that'll be copyright, that's going to cause me problems. If I keep talking, it might not be able to hear it. I don't know. Okay. That is so annoying when people play music outdoors. Annoying to people like me who are trying to do YouTube videos and avoid copyright strikes. I'll stop filming. I can't film and have that in the background. Or I play YouTube music over instead, so you can't hear them singing. Right, walking on a bit more. How are we doing? Couple of sailing boat going out. Tiny sailing boat. Single man thing, the blue blue sails down there. Probably can't even see on this camera because it's wide angle lens. That's me down there, shadow, a shadow of me. Stop filming for a minute because there's people sitting down up there. Right, we're over the top. As you can see, you go down and then up again and down and up, as usual on a coastal path. Got a clearer view of Burr Island, and that's Thurlstone, the houses over there. Last time I was here I did actually find that there's an old sort of lookout post round down here somewhere. I wish I brought one of my Grandad rocks to leave it there, because somebody had put a geocache down there. This isn't the one I was thinking of. I don't think we want to go any further that way. It's a lovely bay down there though. Headland that got the spot I'm talking about. That'll do for now. Thanks for watching. If you like that, then you might like this. And if you like this and that, you might like to subscribe over there.